it, man. Ohio State Reformatory. Yeah, somebody actually set themselves on fire in this cell that Ethan is walking into. That's crazy. Whoa. I got crazy chills over my body standing here.
Something just pinpricked me in the hand. The second bar is like, I never see them.
Hey, I wanted to let you all know real quick that I recently started working with a new vendor and merch is finally back in stock. The shirts and hoodies are made from high quality materials and very comfortable, and your support helps me continue making these videos for you. If you pick something up, be sure to tag me on socials. Alright, let's get into the video. The Ohio State Reformatory, also known as Mansfield Reformatory, is a historic prison located in Mansfield, Ohio. Out of all the prisons that we've investigated so far, OSR is easily one of the most iconic and sought-after destinations in the paranormal world, and it sat high on our bucket list for a very long time. Construction of the prison began in 1886, but the initial plans for the prison began all the way back in 1862, when the city of Mansfield purchased the former Civil War training grounds known as Camp Mordecai Bartley for the sum of $10,000. The city also purchased an additional 150 acres of adjoining land for $20,000, securing the entire area where the prison currently sits today. Initial construction would begin in 1886, and it was designed by architect Levi Schofield using a mix of Victorian Gothic, Richardsonian Romanesque, and Queen Anne styles to encourage inmates to reconnect with their spiritual lives. The reformatory was built with the idea of rehabilitation in mind, rather than punishment, and it was intended to be used as a prison model where inmates would be taught trades and given an education, with the goal of releasing rehabilitated individuals back into society with the skills needed to succeed in the modern world. The prison would finally open on September 15, 1896, and take in its first 150 offenders. Unfortunately, like most prisons in the United States, it became overcrowded and conditions were inhumane, with many inmates subjected to physical abuse and neglect. It had a tumultuous history and saw many significant events that ultimately led to its closing in 1990. One of the most notable events that occurred was in 1930, when a prison riot broke out. Inmates, who were protesting the poor living conditions and abuse by guards, seized control of a portion of the prison and held hostages. The Ohio National Guard was eventually called in to end the riot, and several inmates and guards were injured in the process. Another significant event occurred in the 1970s, when a court case exposed the inhumane conditions and mistreatment of the inmates at the reformatory. A federal judge ordered major changes to be made, including improvements to living conditions, medical care, and education programs for the inmates. In the 1980s, the prison was again the subject of controversy when a series of scandals involving guards abusing inmates and smuggling drugs into the facility came to light. In spite of this, Ohio State Reformatory had some very effective rehabilitation programs during its operation, educating inmates in various programs and helping them integrate back into society as best as they could while it was operational. After it was closed in 1990, the Ohio State Reformatory Preservation Society was formed to preserve the prison as a historical site, and it was designated as a National Historic Landmark in 1995. The prison wasn't just a place of reform for criminal offenders. It is also known to be the filming location of one of the most iconic films in American history, The Shawshank Redemption, directed by Frank Darabont and released in 1994, as well as several popular television shows and music videos. This location is highly sought after by paranormal investigators from all around the world as one of the most haunted places in the United States. Over the years, visitors and staff have reported a variety of strange occurrences, including ghostly apparitions, unexplained noises, and strange sensations. There are also claims that the ghost of a former warden is said to still roam the halls of the prison. There's even reports of ghostly inmates who are said to still reside in their former cells. Some people have reported hearing footsteps, screams, and even laughter inside the prison while on tours or investigating the property. Many paranormal investigators and ghost hunting groups have visited the Ohio State Reformatory and reported evidence of capturing voices and images on recording devices, while others have also reported feeling strange sensations or experienced eerie events while visiting. Tonight, we enter this sprawling complex in search of paranormal evidence to further add to the haunted history of the Ohio State Reformatory. I feel like we already passed it. Wouldn't it be the 13th cell down?
I think this way, right?
Your guess is as good as mine. No idea.
I don't know if we can go up there. This is over there.
I think it was blocked off when I went up the stairs there. Since you know where we're going, you lead the way, because I don't know where that cell and stuff is.
So let's see here. Oh, showers here.
Yeah.
There's numbers up above.
Yeah, I see on this side. This is 40 right here, right? 41, and then is that 18?
Oh, these are 30s, 37.
Oh, the 4 was like shaved off. So it's got to be on this side.
These are clean cells too.
Something just touched me on my hip. Yep.
Two. Yep, it's down there. 17, 16,
15, 14, 13.
14.
13's right here. Cell 13.
So in this cell, the man set himself on fire.
Is this the one?
Yeah.
No way. And that's not from the movie, that actually happened.
That actually happened, yeah.
Yeah, somebody actually set themselves on fire in this cell that Ethan is walking into.
Ow. Dude, as soon as I walked in here, something just like, feels like something like took a pin and like hit me in the back of my leg.
Did you get hit on the back of your knee?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, that's when we were walking to find them when they started the tour in the beginning of the day. That's where I got hit. I got hit like in the back of my leg.
Got pushed in my leg
Oh, that's weird.
as soon as I walked in here. It's a tiny cell.
Yeah.
Want to try a test in here?
We could do an EVP session. It's real quiet right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh. Whoa. camera caught that. Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, the camera can see that. I made sure everything was angled right. That's
Hello?
crazy.
Whoa. Just went to red.
Whoa.
Who is this? Are you laying in bed? Are we disturbing you?
Why is it right there?
Can you make it go to red again? If you want us to leave, make it go to red.
Don't ask that already. We just got here.
I just want to make sure we're not intruding. Oh, and it stopped lighting up.
Are we intruding in your
It
space?
just went to red.
Are you okay with us being here?
If you were okay with us being in here, make it go to red.
It's almost like they're trying to.
We're gonna talk to you, okay? We have a couple of devices you can speak to us with. We can hear your voice. If you'd like to answer some questions for us.
And I would just like to let you know that none of this stuff is made to hurt you or cause you any kind of harm. These are just tools for communicating. I'm sure you know this by now. Plenty of people like us come through here all the time. So I'm sure you're very familiar with this equipment. Look, it's doing it for me too. Right in the spot.
Yeah, it just went away, look.
Look at that.
If it was something.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Look at this. Can you keep doing that?
Use all the energy you have.
Whoa. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's crazy. Look at that. What the hell? And they stopped at the same time. That's so cool.
Whoa.
That was me.
Yeah.
I tapped it. Can you make this one light up? This one can only light up if it moves, but if you touch it.
It's like this whole room is like.
Oh, something just pinpricked me in the hand.
That's what I felt in my leg.
I just felt like a pinprick in my hand.
That's what I felt in my leg as we walked in this room.
What the Whoa. Yeah, see if you can get that aimed at the camera. Look, it's like they're both pulsing at the same time. The same amount of EMF is going off.
Exactly.
Look at that. What the hell?
It just went to red.
Dude, it's steady too.
Now, just to prove it's you, can you make it stop?
I know this may seem a bit personal, but we're just trying to figure out who we're talking to. If this is the man who set himself on fire in this cell, can you bring that all the way up to red, please, like you just did? A little bit more.
All the way.
The red one is the one next to that one. It's to the right. If this is the man who set himself on fire in this cell, please bring that up to red.
It's the same amount of EMF.
I know.
That's insane.
And look how far apart you are from
I've
mine.
never seen them do that before.
No,
this far apart.
Not like steady like that together. And now mine is freaking out and yours, there it is.
Yep.
It was like freaking out for a second, but yours wasn't doing anything. Look at that.
Are you standing right here?
I got chills, man.
Thank you so much.
I got chills all
Here, we're
over
gonna
my
ask you
body.
some questions, okay? I'm gonna turn this off. Don't go anywhere, please.
Yeah, please stay here and talk to us.
Stay here.
I'm also setting up a device out here in the hallway. If there's anybody wandering around in here with us right now, this device plays music if you walk in front of it, or put your hand out in front of it like this. Please feel free to use that as well to let us know that you're here. I'm going to turn this device off for now because we need it to be as quiet as possible so that way we can talk to you. I decided to use two recorders for this session to see if either one could pick up different EVPs. I managed to capture some interesting results utilizing the Olympus VN722 and the Olympus DS30, in case you're curious about which recorders I like to use. The audio you're about to hear is a combination of both cameras' microphones as well as both recorders to maximize clarity of any potential EVPs. Is there anyone here with us right now? We were told that a man set himself on fire in cell 13 in this wing. Is that true?
What got you locked up? What crime did you commit?
It was pretty amazing to hear such direct responses to some of the questions we asked, especially the one regarding the man who set himself on fire in this very cell. You can hear a bit of back and forth between two spirits, one of which is named John, telling the other spirit to admit their guilt. I believe the response that said, "I didn't do it," may have been another spirit claiming they didn't commit the crime that they were incarcerated for, unrelated to the fire incident. Do you want to just pick any random cell?
Yeah.
Do you want to just pick any random cell?
Yeah.
Do you want to just pick any random cell?
Yeah. Try picking where the bed's not too messed up. Dropped it over here. This one looks good.
Yeah. This'll do. I'll start setting stuff up, like up and down the hallway. If you want to set up like a REM pod or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
I thought it was already going off.
Oh. Hello?
That thing is going wild.
Can you back the lights up, please? Back the lights up, please. Back the lights up, please. Was this your cell? Light that up if it was.
You can light it up any color. If you just light it up, it's also a way to say yes. Did this belong to you?
Was this your home?
Oh. Getting a little something. Oh. Oh, there's purple. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, oh. I got crazy chills over my body standing in here.
Oh.
Are you okay with us being here?
Oh.
Which bed was yours? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, this is spiking too.
To whoever we're talking to, were you on the top bunk here? Is that why you're buzzing this like this?
Is there 2 people in here?
To whoever's spiking these 2 devices here, these 2 K2 meters, could you go down the hallway and maybe play the music box for us as well? Could you make it play a little bit of music, please? Man, these cells are electric.
Yeah, they are. Wow.
Dude. Look, it's going up to 2.
Look, it's going to orange.
Look, the second bar is lighting up. I never see that. Holy shit, man. Okay, I just want to see something real quick. If this was your bed, if this bed belonged to you at one point, whoever we're speaking with, something just touched me in the same spot on my hip again. Did you just touch me?
Notice how the REM pod stopped going off?
Uh-huh. When you went out to the car, I asked the guy guide. I was like, what is the one place here that you refuse to go in or have a very hard time spending a long period of time in? And he was like, the West Attic. He said, most people try to go up there by themselves and they almost always leave with like a whole new view on all this.
Really?
And he was like, normally people go in there for 30 minutes alone. I prefer to go maybe 15 at most.
And he's been ghost hunting for years.
He's been ghost hunting since 1990.
Yeah.
And he's been ghost hunting here since, I think he said 2003, right? Something like that, like early 2000s. I could be wrong, but yeah, he's been doing this for a long time and he is like, he's very weary of that. So that's where we're gonna go next. So you mean to tell me that after we get up to the chapel, there's another floor to go up?
Oh, yeah.
That's insane. I feel like we're at the roof. Or like there's the ceiling. Oh, that's cool.
It's getting creepy in here on myself. Look that. I can't see anything.
You really can't.
Especially back here behind these lights.
Hey, at least you got the lights.
It's true.
Once we set up all of our equipment upstairs in the attic, I wanted to record the entrance with my night vision camera, but unfortunately I left it in the break room downstairs. I decided to head down and grab it, and I left Ethan alone in the attic for about 5 to 6 minutes. On my way back up, I caught this super bizarre EVP of what sounds like someone or something hissing at me.
They stopped talking to me for minutes. There's plenty of questions spot on after you left.
Really?
And it stopped. And I said, I'm not here to judge you. Told me he was a prisoner. And I said, my job is to come here and find proof that you do exist. And the second when I finished my sentence, that started going on.
We were told by one of the staff that the West Wing attic was one of the most intense spots in the entire prison. Most people that come up here don't stay for very long, often leaving with a new perspective on the paranormal. We wanted to push ourselves and see what would happen if we cut off all lights and only use night vision. Can you please make yourself known? Is that you? Do that again if that was you. Is that you, Ethan? Are you moving around? Okay, just making sure. Make sure I'm not running into anything. It's like pitch black. Do you not want to talk to us? Do you not like me being up here? Would you prefer if I left and left Ethan up here instead? Or do you want me up here by myself? We don't like to sit idle for too long, especially if nothing's happening. Ooh, something just touched me on my hip. Something grabbed me pretty firm too. Was that you? Can you knock if you want Ethan to leave me up here alone?
Did you catch that? Without slowing this footage down, I almost missed this entirely. I spent hours reviewing this portion of evidence frame by frame just to see if there was any possibility that I may have caught something on camera. When I was scanning the room, I noticed an odd shape near one of the air ducts that caught my eye. Once I zoomed in and adjusted the brightness, I was shocked to see what looked like someone peeking around the duct. Here is that moment again, zoomed in and the brightness and shadows adjusted for clarity. The infrared light will easily cut through the darkness, but without it you can see the shadows are pitch black. My initial thought was that maybe it was just something behind this air duct and a combination of high ISO, which causes this grainy look here. Or it could be pareidolia tricking my brain into thinking that it's a face. It's very easy to assume pareidolia when it comes to stuff like this, so most of the time I just ignore it. These are 3 separate stills from when I faced my camera in the same direction. It's not at the exact angle that I caught the face, but it was the only way that I could compare all 4 times I scanned past this portion of the room. Notice how the light isn't reflecting off of any type of surface in the same spot that the face appears in this frame. Still, this wasn't enough to convince me that it wasn't just an object or something on the air duct creating this face. Then I remembered in the beginning of this portion, I walked from the front of the attic's entrance back towards Ethan, and I scanned this exact spot a few times before heading back over to our setup. This is the opposite side of that same air duct. There is nothing behind it, and it would be impossible for anyone to stand there because of the shape of the duct. I believe we may have caught a former prisoner spying on us while investigating this attic. What do you think it could be? Is it the face of a former inmate, or is it just pareidolia? Let me know in the comments down below.
Once we finished our test in the attic, we head downstairs to recoup in the break room. I left 3 of my cameras running upstairs alongside our equipment just to see if we could capture anything in there while we were gone. I've combined 2 out of 3 of the camera's audio recording alongside the 2 recorders used in the previous EVP session in the cell for maximum clarity. There are so many EVPs that I cannot mark them all. This portion is heavily reliant on a pair of decent headphones, so if you're watching this on a TV, you're gonna miss a lot of them. I'd like to know your thoughts on what some of these say, so feel free to leave timestamps and responses in the comments below. I was surprised that I caught so many noises in here after we left. None of this stuff was happening while we were in there, but as soon as we leave, activity started to spike. I did spend some time alone up here in the dark, but there wasn't much going on. A few knocks and disembodied voices here and there, but nothing I felt compelled to share. We teamed up with Blood Moon Paranormal for our final stop of the night to see what kind of responses we could get in the basement using the spirit box alongside a portal.
You know how this works?
My name is Ethan.
I'm Mike.
I'm Emily. I'm Carly.
I'm Zach.
Yeah.
Did you say Zach?
Sounds
It's
like
either
it.
Sounded
like it said Zach.
Zachary, yeah.
Can you tell us your name? I think said your name just now. I said Ethan.
I just want to learn more about you, learn who you are and why you're still here.
Can you come up to this box and say your name, please? You say Robert? I heard Robert or Martin, maybe?
Is there a Robert here?
If there's a Robert here, if that's your name, can you go over and touch any one of the red lights that we've set out for you? Robert, were you a worker here? Or were you an inmate?
No?
Sounds like something, alright?
They're like, no. We have a bunch of batteries here. You can take that energy from these batteries.
Church. I'll push it a little harder. Can you just say the name of the person that you want to stay down here by themselves?
No, go home. He said, no, go home. I said, no, go home. He was like, no, and then go home. Thank you.
What's gonna happen to us if we don't leave? It's not just gonna find out.
Don't say that. He's like, I'm running. Do you like people being scared? Is that what fuels you? Is it fear? Is that what keeps you going down here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was
Whoa.
weird.
Do all these devices unsettle you a little bit? Is it a little overwhelming?
One.
If you're stuck here, make this green light light up to the yellow one, please. What was that? Did your aux cable drag on the ground just now or something?
Let go, it sounded like. Let go of what?
It's something.
Oh, you're done.
I heard this thing. It was like almost like a static noise almost, right?
Yeah,
Like a tss.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
don't know
what
if it was like
sounded
a drag.
somebody dragging their
Or
foot.
like
or
a. It was more like electrical, like zzz.
yeah, it was right here.
Yeah.
The Ohio State Reformatory has easily become one of my favorite locations to investigate. With a constant stream of EVPs and activity throughout the night, devices triggering, and what I believe to be an apparition caught on camera in the attic, it's safe to say that the claims made by the staff and visitors over the years are valid to some extent. Before we end tonight's video, I would like to thank Blood Moon Paranormal for inviting us out to join them at this iconic prison. Do me a favor and check out their channel using the link in the description down below, and be sure to subscribe. Zach is an incredibly talented creator that goes above and beyond to make their work stand out, and this investigation may not have been possible without them. Do you think this location deserves a second visit? Let me know in the comments.